I got the right one.
Breaking news.
All right, now this is not necessarily positive. People are going to think I'm picking on poor Andy. I did not listen. People were really vicious towards Andy. They said he should be quiet. He should not be doing interviews. And I was like, that's not his fault. Now this is his fault. I've changed my mind on this specific interview.
So, Andy Muschietti addressed why the Flash movie is failing. Max, we're gonna get your live reaction to this.
Don't go full Rian Johnson. People really disliked Zach, and Zach said things every once in a while, but mostly he kept.
But we need
quiet.
your reaction. We need your reaction.
Okay.
What's your reaction?
Andy,
This
Andy,
is the reason
I didn't.
why
This is fresh. This is fresh to me. Andy Muschietti.
Yeah,
all right, hold on. Let me bring Andy Muschietti on why he thinks the Flash failed. A lot of people aren't interested in the Flash as a character. Oh God. The public half of that, the 4 quadrants, the 2 female quadrants, there are a lot of women who aren't interested in Flash as a character.
He actually said that women are the reason this movie failed.
Well, I disagree with that. He may be paying too close attention to the demographics. It might be accurate that a lot of women did not see this.
He said that women don't like this character, and that nobody likes the Flash. Basically, there's not a lot of interest.
This is such a problematic statement. Then why did you start? Why did you take up the task of making this movie then? Was it for something else? Was it to just get your foot in the door?
Maybe because he thought he can make the Flash popular. Oh, here's my thing, right? He says that according to if you scroll down, there's another quote too with more context.
Oh, this is him on the show?
Yeah, it's in a different language though. But if you click on the reply to that, there should be a.
How do I click on the reply?
Click on the video. Click on the second tweet. Scroll. Oh no. No.
I'm not good at X.
Yeah. Click on home of that post right there.
Right there?
Yeah. And then scroll down. There you go.
Okay, full translated quote. The Flash failed apart from all other reasons. Ezra Miller, superhero fatigue, because it wasn't a movie that appealed to... He's done. I'm sorry. You cannot go down this route and come back. This is baggage.
Well, he's not wrong, though.
No. Saying that the character is not popular. Like, why did you sign on then? Saying that blaming a demographic, male, female, or whatever, is not a good look. And then saying blaming it on fatigue is ridiculous. Then why is James Gunn rebooting? He is signed. I don't know what is going on with Andy Muschietti, unless he already knows that he's out. Unless this only makes sense if he knows he's not going to be doing the next DC movie. Like, if he's like disgruntled a little bit and upset, and but if you are going to make Batman the Brave and the Bold, if you still think there's a chance, this is there. I'm calling it now. I would say 99% with these quotes. And if he won't stop, if he keeps doing these interviews like this, they don't want baggage near the next. They don't Batman the Brave and the Bold or any other project that Andy Muschietti does for DC. You don't want baggage. You don't want excuses.
The movie failed for 2 reasons.
Yeah.
Reason number 1 was Ezra Miller. The Ezra Miller stuff killed this movie before it even came out.
Well, boy. Yeah, part of it was quality.
And the other thing is too, people were just done with the DCEU. They were done with that version.
I enjoyed The Flash, especially the company I watched it with. Yeah, hold on till we'll get to you. So Ezra Miller was definitely a thing. The quality, the special effects are, lots of people have issues with it. I know there's panelists like Joe that love it. I think that's. And I guess it's subjective, but it's a small minority. A villain problem.
I just think it's crazy. I just think it's crazy that you're going to blame women for not showing up. Like, it's the women's fault.
Yeah. The other problem is, regardless of the superhero movie's good or not fatigue. The other thing besides mediocre superhero movie fatigue, that's the fatigue we have is mediocre, is not great villain fatigue. And I'm so sick of seeing a version of the character as an evil version. There's not the Flash has a lot of great villains in his rogue gallery that he could bring out. We did not see that. and it doesn't. And the other reason is James Gunn announcing the slate. Or did he announce it after the Flash?
No, it was before the Flash.
Yeah, before the Flash cut
But
any
remember,
legs out.
that's what the shareholders wanted, though.
Yeah, but
he did what he was told to do.
And I there's movie pundits that we have friends with that said that shouldn't matter. You should just watch the movie on it. Big universes with, you know, shared characters and storylines and plot points are like a soap opera, whether you like it or not. The general audiences reward investment. They're not just going to see one movie. I think that's very apparent in the superhero genre. They are not going to support. Sometimes I watch Marvel stuff, even though I wouldn't watch it, because it's part of a universe and I want to contribute to the universe as a whole. DC too, you know. There's probably many other reasons, but once you go down this route, I think he already knows that his position on this project, not at Warner Brothers, but on DC, is in trouble. I do feel like the announcement of the movie was just PR BS, just like the Rian Johnson thing to get people in the seats, you know. I do think still James Gunn oversold it like a used car salesman, that this is the best superhero movie ever. And I think this smells like PR BS, and he kind of knows, you know. But I didn't even finish the statement. But once I see this, was this today that he made another interview?
Yes, this was posted on today.
And the thing is, the other thing that's a big clue to this, RJ and Taladia, and we'll get Anthony in here in a second, is if you're getting this much press on your previous interviews and you do yet another interview, that makes me believe that the situation with him and James Gunn is not tight right now. You know, I would think there was enough press on the last few interviews that they might, if they were working with him on the future and wanting him to come back, that they would probably want him to say, you know, it's slow down with these interviews talking about DC, you know, at least talk about your other projects. We want you still on Brave and the Bold. That really makes me question.
Do you think Warner Brothers told him this is the reason why the movie didn't connect? Like they told him, hey,
I think when something happens in life,
because you don't pull that out of your ass.
I think when something happens in life, we tend to cope and look for excuses, you know.
No, what I'm saying though is that did Warner Brothers tell him that they had internal data that said women did not support this movie?
Oh, I'm sure they gave him the demographics of people that saw it. Yes.
So can I get my
because that's the question you have to ask. If women didn't go see The Flash, why did they not go see the movie? My number one reason would be it's Ezra Miller. I think the controversy turned women away.
I think the whole DC story was a problem too. The history of where DC was at that time. Yes, Ezra Miller and that. And then the third thing would be the quality of the film. It's not a great movie. It's fun. It's good. It's not great. And these villains that are just, how many times is anyone else sick of villains that are just the evil version of the character and not like a proper villain? I'm sick of it.
But we are getting. But here's the thing. We are getting that in Superman. Legitimately, we are getting that, right? So, but here's my takeaway from the Flash situation, right? Flash isn't a top A-list character, right?
No, you're wrong. What is one of the biggest CW shows beside Green Arrow?
The Flash.
Superman and
how many?
No, the Flash.
Come on.
The Flash.
Taladia. The Flash proves that the character is successful.
Before that,
the viewership of the Flash got to how many seasons?
9.
9 seasons.
It would have got 10 seasons if COVID didn't happen.
Wait. Let me explain. Okay, so the Flash, the character in DC, is not the top pillars of DC. The top pillar of DC right now is Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
And then Flash. Flash comes right under there.
No, then it's Green Lantern.
No, I think Flash is more popular than Green
Lantern. No, it's Green Lantern.
I would say it's Harley Quinn.
It's Harley, then Flash.
In terms of
heroes,
no,
yeah.
No, but here's the thing, though. The reason why, how do I know this, is because I have a friend, Comics League. He's a comics guy, and he knows his stuff, right? Jared knows his stuff.
Oh, you're acting like I don't know this person. Comics League. I know Comics League. Yeah.
I spoke to him, about why the Flash failed, and he said this as well. Flash wasn't the biggest. It wasn't A-list like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman
Baloney.
numbers. No, because
Baloney. They'd even tried to Flash pilot in the 90s. Flash, people know who Flash is.
But what I'm saying is also what also didn't help the Ezra Miller thing.
Yeah,
the Flash getting delayed not once but multiple times because they were supposed to have a film out back in 2019. Remember that they were supposed to have a film out back in 2019 and never happened. You see, and there's multiple directors and all sorts. Right?
Again, I think it's the Ezra Miller thing. Ezra Miller
all leads back
was
to
just
Ezra Miller.
box office poison of this movie.
I'll give my thoughts. I'll say when I heard this quote, I was like, "You must be a dummy." No, just Andy. You must be.
No, he must. He could be a dummy, Anthony,
but
or he can know. He can know already. He can know already.
It might be some translating errors, I guess, but we'll see.
Or he might know something.
Whoever just translated later to their whatever, but. No, like the Flash, you could do a great Flash movie or TV show for whatever, or you could do a TV show as well. If you have a good villain, who's the biggest villain of the Flash ever had? Reverse Flash. He could have done it. We were supposed to get that with the Rick Fumaria Flash movie in 2016. It was supposed to be Reverse Flash, Captain Heatwave, and Captain Cold. It was supposed to be those three villains all combined. All you had to do would have just kept Rick, and the Flash movie would have been great. But no, we didn't like Rick. We have to kick him off the project. Okay, sure, whatever. And then you did this multiverse movies with 4 Batmans in it, couple of dead people, a lot of dead people in the movie actually. That we saw in the Speed Force.
There's a lot that didn't like that scene. Yeah,
that was the most.
It wasn't done well. It's subjective. It's subjective. Anthony, some people thought that was a great homage. I think it was
my ass.
Well,
it's subjective. You know, some people enjoyed it. I did not. I thought it fell flat.
My ass. That shit was ass.
I'll say this, right? Because of the amount of people that were involved in the Flash, like for instance, right? They did a loose adaptation of Flashpoint, right? A very loose adaptation.
They don't know how to do that story well.
And it just didn't resonate. All it was is nostalgia. That's all it was. They thought, oh, bringing back Michael Keaton will put bum in seats, and it didn't.
It's the other way around. It was supposed to be Batman Beyond. Yeah.
You get my point though, Anthony, right? It was supposed to put bum in seats because of Michael Keaton, him returning as Batman, and basically he was going to be the Batman going forward, right? But that never happened. That's why, like, case in point, the whole reboot thing, that's another reason why this kind of also failed too, because they announced it too early. If they waited until maybe after the Flash or after Blue Beetle, it would have salvaged the Flash, I think, in numbers. That's my honest opinion on that. Because
Fourth, I disagree here. Ezra Miller only turned away people on the internet, real people who don't hang out on DC News, didn't even know about Ezra's. I completely disagree. It made major news.
If the director said Ezra Miller is the reason why the movie failed, that's all you need to know.
I'm sick. Also, Andy. Super effective.
It made the CNNs, it made the mainstream media, and then people don't find out. People do not do research to find out if he's actually guilty.
It was on news. It was literally on BBC News.
Yeah, even though he was not found guilty, it was on news everywhere.
It was on multi different networks. But so there's no way looking at like this. But I'll just say before we wrap up. Before we wrap up, I'll say this. The reason the Flash failed was nostalgia. Simple as.
What?
I mean, he's not wrong, bro. He's not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
It's not wrong with that part. It's not like it should have just been the other way around. It should have been how about we do a Batman Beyond movie with Michael Keaton, where people have been asking for the last 20 years since Batman Beyond came out in the early 2000s, 1999, I think.
We only have 4 likes on this video.
And
4 likes. Come on, everyone. Come on.
I've liked it.
Like the video. Yeah.
And also, like, I love the Flash. I own every comic. I own the TV show. I own everything. And it's a great character. He has, in my opinion, he has like the top 4 rogues in DC or 5, depending. Like, he has great villains. Because there's rumors that they're doing the Rogues TV show. Like, the rumor that from the DCU leaks last year, like they're doing a Rogues TV show. If you do that, a Flash villain TV show, and then maybe have the Flash pop up there, that would be a great way to introduce him in the DCU. Like, also people like loves Grand Flash, so like that's probably another reason. Also, I don't know why he didn't show up in the Flash movie. What? I don't know why nobody has asked Andy that question. Why didn't Grant Gustin show up in the Flash movie? Because Crisis set up that scene perfectly of them two, but it's whatever. Like I love the Flash. Hopefully we do see him, whether it's Wally West, Jake Garrick,
All right.
Jesse Chambers, what else? Bart Allen, even though he's
Yeah.
from the future. Like, I want to see him again. He's a great character. He's a fun character. You could do a great Flash movie.
Now,
I mean, a TV show for a TV show.
Okay.
If James Gunn doesn't want to do a Flash movie, how about do a TV show again?
Okay.
It was successful. It lasted 9 years.
We are going to move on.
Another TV show.
Good God, Anthony. We are going to move on, but I want to get RJ and we'll wrap up this topic and we'll finish reading this here. But I want to know, now that you've read this, how do you think, what percentage do you put it that he's still going to be? I think and I do feel that, yes, he is correct. There were outside forces beside what he was doing with the Flash that impacted the box office. Lots of things. But still, when something fails to hit, you don't make excuses, you move on. And he's got this It Dairy prequel series to start promoting and another project. And this is a bad route to go for creatives. Even if he's right, do not do this. This is a sad thing to see. Yeah. And with this recent interview, after all the other interviews that's making press right now, you do not want any baggage going into the new DC. Hopefully, and Andy has become baggage with this. What else is he going to say next? He hasn't even started filming or turned in a script. There's no way.
Yeah, hopefully James Gunn say something the next couple of days or something about this, because, bro, like, come on.
He's not going to say anything.
He's not going to say anything.
I mean, hopefully,
the best thing is just move on.
I'm not seeing the next Batman, with all due respect. I'm not seeing Andy movie. He just... Yeah, I'm not.
Oh my God! Stop.
It's probably not going to happen.
I'm not. Actually, matter of fact, until Andy get removed to the,
you're gonna watch whatever Batman movie they've made.
You're gonna boycott it?
I'm watching Matt Reeves' Batman and his spin-offs. I ain't watching no piece of shit Batman movie. With Andy.
Wow, Anthony, come on,
bro. I didn't like the Flash movie. Was mid as hell. It was ass. 2-pack of ass.
Okay,
bro, it's not good.
Try to keep it PG.
Yeah, you just ruined the clip out.
No, I mean, ass is not a bad word, but like it's just not good. It's not good, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but
the thing is, we don't even know who's writing the movie yet. We don't even know.
Now,
whoever's cast. I mean, that movie's so far away. Anyway, it doesn't matter right now.
Hopefully, they get Drew Goddard to write the script. That would be amazing. I do like him. I do like Drew Goddard. He's an amazing guy who has done great TV shows. Did Laws. I forgot the other.
It's not a 6-pack in ass. It's a 2-pack.
Yeah, 2-pack.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I thank you. Degrassi is. I agree. It sounds like he's trying to lose the job. I agree with that.
No, I do not.
Do it anyway.
I don't. That's. He may be just disgruntled. He knows something's going on. That's why he said not yet. When he said, I think let's assume good intentions for now. And now this again is in the public eye. I do not think this is a good look, and it's sad to see. Like, even if they took him off, I would say move on. That's gonna also, honestly, that could impact his other options too. You don't want a person talking like this about it. He seems like he's really willing to talk about his bad experience. It's just another.
Well, he's not talking about his bad experience. He was asked why.
Not yet.
He said he was asked, why do you think this movie failed, and he explained why he thought it failed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not. I'm sure he's still proud of the movie and proud of what he did, regardless. I mean,
okay. Well, he says when you spend $200 million making a movie, Warner want to bring even your grandmother to the theaters. And I found out in private conversations, a lot of people just don't care about the Flash as character, particularly the 2 female quadrants. All that is when going against the movie that I learned.
Bro, man, I'm sorry, but the Flash TV show had great female Mega.
Well, what I'm
It
curious
must,
about is
it must be Ezra Miller. It must
who did
be
he
Ezra
have his
Miller.
private conversations with? Were they Warner Brothers people telling him that, oh, the Flash just isn't working as a character? Or who did he talk to that said, oh, Flash isn't popular?
Private conversations. He could have just been talking to anybody.
And the Warner Brothers interns telling him that, like, okay, this is the reason why they fell back. Also, the Flash only cost $200 million, brother, because you pump up the price. Oh, can we also talk about how the way that it looks, like that desert scene looks terrible?
Well,
Yeah,
Degrassi is suggesting that the Flash movie they maybe have promised him Batman if he did Flash.
This is why it's so funny, because when that movie first came out, all of you guys loved it, and we're talking about how great it was and how you loved all these scenes.
Not
now,
me.
All of a sudden,
Whoa.
now all of a sudden it's like,
me.
oh, these scenes were
Not
filmed
me.
terribly. This was bad. This was bad.
No, I didn't say that.
Like
all of you were gassing that movie up, and now all of a sudden
I was not gassing.
I did not gas that movie up. I did not like it.
No, I could have sworn even you, Anthony, said something positive.
I mean,
can
I be honest,
the only thing I said positive was
you're trolling you, Anthony. He's trying to get us demonetized.
No, but the only thing I said positive of the movie was the Nicolas Cage scene, which was okay, and that's it. And Michael Keaton. Other than that, that's it. That was the only good parts in the movie, and some couple of emotional scene with Ezra Miller and his mom.
I mean, for a movie on its own, it's a great movie on its own merit, right? If you take out everything else, that's why I
see. Figure drawing's calling you out, Max. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, well yeah, Max.
Yeah, with friends, I had a great time. It was fun to see it with friends. The theater was amazing.
But you said you liked the movie.
Well, I got to hang out with Bruce and Rhea and Joe in person. You know, it was a lot of fun, and it was on a great screen, and I had a lot of fun. But I had issues with the special effects. I thought Ezra was great in it.
Mm-hmm.
Ezra was great in it. The villain sucked. The direction at the end of the movie just stinks. It just doesn't go anywhere.
I kind of wish we would just got.
Let's be real. Even besides the lacking villain, not going anywhere. I know a lot of the pet peeves of our fellow movie pundits is it doesn't have to go anywhere. But a lot of people that like superhero movies, and you like, oh, stay tuned for issue number 2. You know, that doesn't always work with superhero. You kind of want it to continue and feel like it's a big impact. If you do a Flashpoint like storyline, you kind of want it to be very impactful. It just lands with like, okay, it just kind of ends with George Clooney. You know, it doesn't really have that big impact that a story like the Flashpoint could provide, especially if you have just an evil Flash. If you do that, at least make it very pivotal ending. Like, oh, wow, things have changed. You know, they're not even going to reference this movie. It's just like, it's the weakest ending ever.
Yeah, the only thing is just like, okay, no, just don't mention that whatsoever. Just do Wally West at this point of the Flash. You could do Wally, just say Barry just in the future.
I'm just saying, I think this was a bad. I mean, even discussing film is talking about this quote now. It's gonna blow up now. And
no. This is you won't recover.
This quote's gonna blow up now. So
if he wasn't done before, he's done now, and he might know he's done, and it's still Andy. I want you to have a career. I think you will have a career.
He's a good, like, bro. I'm telling you.
What if he keeps talking about this like Rian Johnson?
He's a good horror director. He should stick with that. Do that, bro. Do that. Do what other adaptation he's doing? RJ, he's doing a video game.
Right? The other reason
he's doing Attack on Titan. Apparently,
yeah, Attack on Titans. Probably will be Duke.
Rational Skeptic became a YouTuber.